Hey there, friend. Welcome back to the podcast. Today, you are tuning in to part 2 of 2 conversations that I had with my friend Andee Hart. If you didn't get a chance to listen to the one last week, maybe after this one's over, hop back an episode and listen to that because there's a lot of goodness there. But this week, Andee and I got to talk about pricing. And just a little backstory about Andee. She is probably one of the most beautiful, gentle human beings that I have ever encountered, but she is a powerhouse in her own right. She worked as a sales executive for a Fortune 500 company, hello. And in the midst of that, she started a passion project making candles in her own kitchen. And that candle project blossomed into a wildly successful wholesale business. And now she teaches other wholesalers who make products how to do the same thing. So in today's conversation, Andee and I are going to get into something that I don't know about you, but I know I have issues with, and that is pricing. How you price yourself, your products, your services, how we price ourselves competitively in the market, but also how we price ourselves to get an ROI for ourselves, but also for our customers and clients. And it's a great conversation. It's a fascinating conversation. I learned so much, and it really got me to thinking about my own pricing as I'm going through this evolution in my own business. And so I'm excited to give you my conversation with Andee Hart. Here you go. We're continuing a conversation that we had last week. And if you didn't hear that, you might want to go back and listen because there's a lot of little truth bombs and nuggets that you're going to glean out of this. But today we're going to talk mostly about pricing. As entrepreneurs, I think that is such an area of struggle for people. Oof. I hear it all the time. And personally, I deal with it a lot because I feel guilty. I think guilt is a real thing when you're talking about pricing. I think running it's the fear of thinking too much of yourself. Like, am I really worth this? Mm-hmm. And it's just a struggle. So I'm really anxious to hear your take on this, Andee.
I have so many thoughts. But first off, I want to say this because, and not to overgeneralize this, but I don't know why it is that when I work with my women clients versus my men clients, like women struggle with this so much more.
Yeah.
And part of that, I think, is our natural, we're caregivers and nurturers. And I see it all the time, just dumb down, for lack of a better word, what our value is or what the product, I serve product makers, what the product is that they have created. And when I think about that, one scripture that has really come to mind as I think about pricing and charging for what I'm worth is Proverbs 31. And I think in the Christian culture, we have really honed in on that as like a wife of noble character,
Yeah.
But I did a podcast episode not too long ago on the entrepreneurship aspect of Proverbs 31. And
it's mind-blowing.
Absolutely. Yeah. She is creating beautiful products and she is going out and selling them. And what does she do? Not only is she now able to provide for her family, but she gives to the poor and she serves others. And so I think about that in terms of when I am not charging what I'm worth, then I am now not able to use the gifts that the Lord has given me of finances, because let's be real, it's all a gift from him, to go do other things that make a kingdom impact.
Absolutely. Friend, I hope that you got as much out of that conversation with Andee as I did. I literally have a page full of notes that I was taking while we were having the conversation that I get to go back and, as I'm going through this evolution in my own business, look through all of the wisdom that she dropped and really ask myself the question, am I pricing myself properly for the ROI, for myself and for my clients? If you want more of Andee, you can find her on her podcast, She Sells Differently, or her website, andeehart.com. And she has given me a special link for you guys. It's Andee, ANDEEHART.com/sales tools. And you'll be able to pick up a list of all of her favorite sales tools for entrepreneurs. Again, share it with a friend, and I'll see you next week.